Hi, Anthony from RetailEdge. Today is the second part of getting RetailEdge ready for Shopify. If you've not seen part 1, you may want to start there. I have included a link in the description below. Okay, so now we need to talk a bit about the relationship between your items in RetailEdge and on Shopify. RetailEdge will only push items that are labeled to sync up to your Shopify site. You can use export report code field or user fields 1 through 5. RetailEdge will only push items that are labeled to sync up to your Shopify site. You can use the export report code field or user fields 1 through 5. So for example, the miscellaneous, we could either put the codes here or in these user fields down here. So next, you're going to want to label the items that you're going to want to send up to the Shopify site. This could be anything like web or SHP or shop, etc., whatever you like. As with selecting the fields though, you must be consistent. If you're not consistent, some items will not push up to Shopify. And while tagging new items is easy to incorporate into new items going forward, you may want to check out our series on how to do mass changes to inventory items. Add your label to existing items within your RetailEdge inventory. There's going to be a link in the description below. Let's talk some more about the relationship between items on Shopify and RetailEdge. If you're currently using matrix items in RetailEdge, this correlates to what they call variants on Shopify. Think of an item like pants where you have different colors, sizes, and lengths. Variants is how on Shopify they primarily group items on the site. If you're interested in learning more about matrices, I've included a link in the description below. So for example, we have our color sizing matrix here, and this is the family of items that was created from that matrix. Also note that while RetailEdge supports rather large matrix families, Shopify limits the variants to be 100 items. So in this example, we have a matrix of 5 by 5 by 5, and it created 126 items as seen down here in the record count. Now it's 125 children and 1 matrix parent. So if you have larger matrices like this, you're going to want to consider ways of limiting how many items you're sending up to Shopify. Whether that's removing the link that you created to some of the sizes that you typically may not carry in the store or you may not want to carry on your site. So for example, let's say I want to restrict this family down and remove the items from Shopify or prevent my extra tall items from appearing on my Shopify site. I'm going to go ahead, set a filter. And I can go in and modify these items and remove that export report code and hit save. And I can rinse and repeat that process and those items will not push up to the Shopify site. When configuring the Shopify integration with RetailEdge, you're also going to have to specify a tags field. That's also going to be one of the user fields under the miscellaneous tab for items. The tags field is a way for you to categorize items at Shopify for filtering and search. You can also add comma-separated values here for multiple tags in an item. Whatever you do, do not overlap the field selected with the field that you selected for your Shopify filter label. So for example, I'm using currently export report code for my web synchronization. I'm going to select user field 2 for any tags that I want to add to the items on Shopify. You have to specify when you're setting up the integration a key mapping field, such as stock number, item ID, UPC1 or UPC2. This is the critical link between your RetailEdge items and your Shopify items. If you're prone to modifying your stock numbers or UPC1 or 2 fields, you'll either want to standardize or consider the use of item ID, as this is a unique field generated by RetailEdge and that will be attributed to every item. unlike the UPC fields, as those are not mandatory when creating items. The integration also allows you to use different pricing between the store and on the site. If you're interested in doing this, you should specify a price field in RetailEdge that will push up to your Shopify site. So for example, let's say I want to have different pricing between my store and my web store. So I'm going to specify my price field 5 to have a different price than what RetailEdge will use in the store. Now, once again, with other things with the integration, consistency is key. If you're going to do different pricing, make sure you remain consistent with the price field that you select. In the next video, we will tackle configuring your Shopify site to allow RetailEdge to communicate with it. If you like the information that we're putting up, please hit that like button, hit subscribe, and if you'd like more information about us, please visit us at RetailEdge.com. Thanks.